This footage was taken a few years ago when the Nord Stream pipeline was still under construction. So far, it hasn't carried much natural gas from Russia to Germany. The supply contracts are long-term and fixed. At this moment, this is where Europe's natural gas is coming from. Germany buys about 37% of its gas from Russia. Supplies enter the country via the Nord Stream pipeline and 2 other pipes from the east. Countries in the other parts of the European Union on average cover only about 30% of their natural gas needs with Russian deliveries. The conflict in Ukraine has heated up, as has EU criticism of Russian President Vladimir Putin. In order to put him under more pressure to defuse the situation, the bloc is looking for fast ways to reduce dependence on Russian gas. In one scenario, Norway could begin to play a more important role as an exporter. A terminal for liquid gas that's long been in planning could also go into operation on Germany's North Sea coast. The net effect of those moves could reduce Russian imports to just 25% of the whole, but they would be expensive, and experts are skeptical.
Norwegian reserves also have their limits. We won't be able to replace the major Russian contribution through Norwegian gas, either in the short or the long term. That's impossible.
Building the liquid gas facility is an option, but comes with a hefty price tag.
It takes time to construct the big terminals you need for liquid gas. And at the moment, they wouldn't be profitable. That means we would have to build them with state funds, and I think that's not likely to happen.
Another possible scenario would be a much more radical approach. The German government could speed up plans to convert to renewables, insulate buildings, and even allow fracking. This is realistic in northern Germany in particular, which has reserves of shale gas. Germany would also have to improve relations with Iran and restart the Nabucco pipeline project to bring gas from Iran and the Caspian Sea. In the long run, that could reduce Germany's dependence on Russian exports to just 10%. But prices would rise due to the necessary investments.
I think that would work. In fact, I think Iran is waiting and hoping for it. Until now, other countries have been involved in developing Iran's major natural gas reserves, but there's no reason, no geographic reason, why Germany could not also become a trading partner in this market if the situation with Iran improved.
The move that has real potential to make us more independent of Russian gas is improving energy efficiency in buildings. In my view, that's the answer that we are looking for.
But once the conflict in Ukraine has been resolved and relations with Russia are back on an even keel, the pressure to change will drop. Things would then stay more or less the same. Experts say this third scenario is the most likely. In it, long-term supply contracts with Russia would be adhered to and maybe renewed. Germany's dependence on Russian natural gas would even rise slightly to around 40%. Of course, the gas would have to remain cheap.
This is certainly the most probable option. Even throughout the Cold War, Russia remained one of our gas suppliers, and it is also dependent on the income it receives for gas exports to Germany. In the end, I think Putin is very interested in keeping things just as they are.
But none of these scenarios will happen anytime soon. Little can change, in fact, for at least 10 years. For the immediate future, Germany will remain dependent on Russian natural gas.